Hey guys, May here, and today I am doing a video where I sit down and talk for 10 minutes, but this one's actually kind of scripted because what I want to talk about is Produce 101 Season 2. I was gonna make a video like right after it ended, and then I decided to go back and watch the episodes I hadn't seen in full, where I'd only seen the performances before I made this video. Because, you know, Mnet likes to hide a lot of little things in there, and I thought I'd want to talk about a couple of them. So yeah, I saw the first season of Produce 101. I did rank my favorite 11 girls from the top 35, I think it was. And I did a boy group one, or a boy one this time too. So I will link that down below. The girl one is blocked worldwide because Mnet, but this one is still available. So I've seen the first season, and this season was crazy in comparison. The reason I didn't make a video for last season was just because I didn't really have anything to say at the end of that. I didn't even watch a few episodes, because sitting down and watching 2-hour episodes is actually really difficult for me. I'm not a person who sits still very well. So I didn't go back and watch those because from what I saw, it was pretty obvious who was gonna win, who was gonna end up in IOI, and I wasn't incredibly happy with the lineup when it was first announced. I'm fine with it now. Obviously I've accepted it and it's whatever, and most of the girls that I really like are doing their own thing, so it doesn't matter. But I wasn't surprised with this lineup. The lineup for season 1, I didn't really feel any desire to go back and learn more about the girls, which is what I did for the boys, because some of those boys I didn't know very well when I saw the final lineup, so I was like, I need to go back and watch some more things, because all I know is that he's a vocalist, all I know is that he's a rapper, all I know is that he did that one thing and now he's famous. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah, this lineup I was fairly happy with. I obviously do have some complaints, the same complaints most other people have, so sorry about that. But it's been about a week since this has been announced. I don't know when you're gonna see this video, but yeah, so I'm okay with it now. It's fine. So there was a lot of drama this season. They even said that dealing with boys and dealing with girls is very different, and I did not know that before starting this. The amount of editing out and member controversies and cheating and punishments that were aired, all of this stuff was crazy. So I'm gonna go over the final lineup. If you don't know the final lineup by this point, I'm not afraid of spoilers, because how have you not seen the final lineup? If you haven't seen the final lineup at this point, you obviously aren't that interested in this anyways. So Outer Enable's Ha Sung-woon made it, which was kind of a controversial spot, number 11. C9's Bae Jinyoung, Pledis, Minhyun, MMO's Yoon Ji-sung, Cube's Lai Kwan-lin, B&M's Park Woo-jin, Fantagio Ong Sung-moon. I just call him Ong, so I'm probably just gonna call him Ong this entire year, because there's 2 Sungwoons, so yeah. Individual, Kim Jae-won, B&M's Lee Dae-hwi, Maru's Park Ji-hoon, and MMO's Kang Daniel. So going through the members, I'm going to talk about each one a little bit first. I'll start with number 1. Daniel, after a while, was one of those members I was like, you are gonna make it. You are 100% gonna make it. And it's really funny because when they started releasing photos and stuff, I was going back looking for a photo of Dongwoo that I posted 3 years ago on Facebook, but I came across when they were releasing the members, all 101 of them, and I saw MMO's Kang Daniel, and I was like, I don't know who he is, but I just feel like he's gonna ruin my life. He is my favorite of the original 11 or 14 that I listed, whatever I did. He was the highest member on my list who made it into 101, so by default, he should be my bias in 101, but I'm not sure that's actually the case, and we'll discuss that later. But I feel like Kang Daniel is one of the most well-rounded people in this show. Absolutely. He came in as a dancer and a rapper, and he basically sang the entire season. The entire season. So he's an incredible dancer. He's funny, he's cute, he works a lot of different weird hairstyles very well, he's styled very well. He has that Mnet feel to him, but he's really not that young. So I'm really happy with him. Park Ji-hoon. Park Ji-hoon was somebody I looked at and I was like, why? Why? He was one of the main reasons that I had to go back and rewatch, not rewatch, but I had to go watch the episodes I hadn't fully seen, because I was like, I don't get it. I don't understand why he made it. I don't understand what he's gonna add to this group besides his wink every once in a while. And I'm still a little weird with him, but I do understand he's a very, very good dancer. He's a very, very good dancer. I think is he a rapper? I need to look at this. I have all of their positions written down, but some of their songs were like weird, where like there were people rapping who weren't really rappers at all. There were people dancing who were vocalists. Like, Justice for Wudam, that made me sad. I don't know. He's somebody I went back and I was like, okay, like I get it, Korea. This is definitely somebody Korea really, really would have liked and would have voted for. So yeah, I don't know. He's cute. He can stay. B&M's Lee Dae-wi, he's pretty controversial. He was the center guy at the beginning, and a lot of people, you either really like Dae-wi or you really hate Dae-wi. I found that. He is very talented. I think a lot of times during fights, he just kind of like stands back because he's so little. He's just like, I don't want to, especially when he was afraid of Dongo, and his name just totally escaped me, but when Sewon and Dongo were fighting and he was just like, okay, like, that's fine, you just do whatever you want, I'm gonna sit over here and not cause trouble. I personally like Dae-wi. I think he is very, very talented. I think he has a lot of potential. I think all the brand new music guys had a lot of potential. Even my favorite Donghyun, who didn't make it, and I'm gonna have to wait 2 years to see him. So individual Kim Jae-hwan is somebody I went back because I just kind of knew that he sang. I knew he was a vocalist, but that was really all I knew. And I went back and he's actually running for one of my potential biases right now because, oh my gosh, I love this kid so much. And he's super talented and just everything he does is just so nice. And he's just such a nice kid. I really like him. I'm really so glad that he made it. I think if I had watched it as it was airing, the full episodes, which I started doing and then I kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a little bit. And then once I start falling behind on Produce 101, I get like terrified of how much I need to watch and then I just stop. But I think he's somebody I really, really would have been rooting for, along with all of the ones who got eliminated. Fantasia's Ong Sung-woon. Oh my gosh, I love this kid so much. He's not my bias. I don't think he's a potential bias. He's probably just a potential bias list ruiner because he's just makes me so happy. Every time I see him, I just get so happy. I don't know. I really like this kid. I'm so happy he made it. I think that Ong Sung-woo of the dancers is extremely talented. He is definitely the mood maker. He definitely sings really well. I'm sure he could rap fine, and he's an incredible dancer, and I don't know, he just has like really good teamwork, and he's just he's gonna be so good in this group, especially with Yesung. They're gonna be so good together. Brand new music's Park Woo-jin, somebody I wasn't expecting to make it at all. I had to go back and watch and be like, oh my gosh, I guess Woo-jin is doing really, really well, but I love him. I don't need to talk about him. I love him. Cube's like Kwanlin is also a pretty controversial person. I think Kwanlin and Sunho have both come so far since they did that little like thing that everybody was making fun of them for. They've come so far. Kwanlin has really developed into a very good rapper, and I think all of the older boys around him who are rappers really helped him with that, so I'm excited for what else he has in store, and he's so cute too. I love him. MMO's Yoon Ji-sung is my other potential bias currently because I love this kid more than life itself, honestly. I love him so much. Yoon Ji-sung was somebody I was not expecting to make it. I was expecting from MMO Daniel, and that was it. I was really just expecting Daniel, to be honest. And when Yoon Ji-sung made it, like, I was watching, I didn't watch the 11th episode because who has time for 3 hours of Mnet's editing? Not me. I was reading through live tweets as it was airing though, because I was like running around doing errands, and when I saw Yoon Ji-sung had been announced, I like literally like was fine up until that point, because 10, 9, whatever, I was like, okay, Minhyun I was expecting, Jinyoung I was expecting, but Ji-sung, I'm so excited about Ji-sung. He is definitely one of my favorite people on this show, and he's somebody I wasn't originally rooting for, but when I went back, when I was like watching the episodes, I started to really like him, and I was like, there's no way he's gonna win. I can't let myself do this, but I love him. And then Minhyun, we knew that somebody from New East was gonna make it into this group, and not saying that Minhyun doesn't deserve to be in this group, because 100% he does, but I think it was kind of obvious from the beginning, from the first elimination, that the New East members were doing very well, popularity-wise. So very proud of Minhyun. I'm kind of sad that he's alone though. Like I will talk about this more later, but he's alone and that just makes me sad. But Minhyun, I love Newest. I'm complete Pledis trash, so we don't need to get into that. C9's Bae Jin-young was somebody I thought was pretty obvious getting in, but going back and watching the episodes, he really wasn't ranking that high until pretty recently. He was just somebody who got a lot of screen time, and that's kind of why I just figured he was probably gonna debut, and he did. I only have 9 minutes left. Oh my gosh. So, oh, and then 11, Adder Enables Ha Sung-moon. I am very, very happy for him. I think that 11th spot could have gone to so many people. From the top four, from those 4 that were there, any of them were like up in the air. I had no idea. I was like, I think it's gonna be Junghyun, but like I have no idea. My bias overall in Produce 101 was Kang Dong-ho, which I know there's like things going on with him right now and I don't want to get into that right now, but was not expecting him to make it, to be honest. I wasn't. I was just, he was always kind of just out of reach of where Minhyun and Junghyun were ranking wise. I wasn't expecting Minky to make it at all, but I think Sungwoon will be a very, very good addition to 101. I think that he's gonna fill that spot really well, and all the people hating on him right now is just not cool, guys. All of the songs this season I feel like I enjoyed so much more than last season. I even liked the Pick Me more this season. The Pick Me from last season, that took me a long time to figure it out, and yeah, so if I liked it or not and whatever, it was really like months of just listening to it until I was like, okay. My favorite songs from this season though, Never, Open Up, Playing with Fire. That was probably one of my top performances. I've also been watching the Shape of You performance a lot recently too, because I really like that one. Right Round was also really good. Both songs from the final were really good. I haven't heard the sad song yet because emotions. Don't want to do it. I need to wait a little bit and see if they remix it with 101's voices and not all of their voices, the top 20, because I think it'll just make me sad. But I haven't heard it yet, but apparently it's really good. Trainees I miss dearly. B&M's Donghyun, who was somebody I wasn't really rooting for until I started watching the episodes again, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love you so much, please debut. You're not gonna debut, but I love you so much. Jellyfish's Heesuk, he was a little dramatic towards the end, but I still stand with how much I love him. HF's Park Woo-dam, Sunho, Kenta, Jungkook, Minnie Woojin, So Sung-hyuk. Will we ever see him again? Some of these I'm like really nervous about if we're ever gonna see them again. Like, Pledis Boys obviously, Sammy, Song Hyun-woo, and Taedong. Taedong almost made it towards the end. I was really rooting for him for a while because he's also from the Vibe with Hyunwoo, and yeah, but hopefully the Vibe debuts later this year. They won't debut with what's his face, but yeah, because he left the company. Anyways, Junghyun and Sammy, I feel like I should say something because yeah, I think Junghyun should have been in this group. I think that if we could add a 12th spot, I wouldn't really take anybody out, but if we can add a 12th spot, it would be Junghyun's, 100%. Like, I just listed off so many trainees that I love so much, but it should be Junghyun's. I believe that. Really a shame that he didn't make it in, and everybody got off stage and they were crying about Junghyun not making it. Like, the trainees were shocked. Like, I think everybody thought that Junghyun was safe, and then they all started voting for those 4 that showed up in the middle, and all of them jumped up a lot, and Junghyun got kicked out, and probably a couple others who were ranked pretty low got pushed up a little bit more. And so yeah, I will say that I'm happy that only 1 New East member made it in, because that means that New East doesn't have to be on hiatus for the next couple of years, because, you know, if those 3 had made it in, what would they have done with Mingi and Aaron? Nothing. Pledis would have just let them sit there. Maybe Mingi would have gone to the army, we don't really know. Yeah, so at least New East have already kind of been planning for a comeback now with this whole Dongo thing. Nobody really knows what's gonna happen, but hoping for the best because I love New East so much, so hopefully they can do things. I think I'm more upset about Sammy because Junghyun has a group to go back to. I do believe that spot should be, that if there was 1 more trainee to be added into this group, it would be Junghyun, but I'm more upset about Sammy just because I feel like just keeps trying these things and he just keeps failing. But he has a solo album coming out in August and I fully plan on supporting it, and if you supported Sammy on Produce 101, I hope you plan on supporting it as well. I'm definitely gonna buy the album, I'm definitely gonna do everything I can to promote this album for Sammy because he just, I feel so bad for Sammy, honestly. But I love them all. I think everybody this season was funny, interesting. I'm more excited for 101 than I was for IOI. I do have an IOI album, but their concepts weren't really for me, a lot of the songs they tried to do, but I'm excited for 101. They're debuting in August, I think, so I'll look forward to them debuting, and I will probably let you know my bias by then because I haven't really figured it out yet. So yeah, I'm also gonna do, I want to say this because I'm doing a review for this. I am going to do a review for Olympic. It's not an elimination program, but somebody requested that I do it. I'm going to do it at the end of Olympic, so look forward to that. If you have any other videos you would like to see on my channel, go ahead and let me know in the comment section down below, and I need to go because my memory card is full. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye!